boo. At least it won't bankrupt me. God, that was so terrifying. I'd hear people talk about like, oh, I'm negative SL and blah 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 and this and that. All right, guys, I think old Furry might have got. Oh, he's still alive, and I just missed it. My bad. I was in that tight dogfight, so I just assumed that it was over. That's all right. It's a good stretch time. It's a good stretch time. Happy Monday, guys. I said we don't get the Mondays in here. We don't get no Mondays. Come here, Bubba. Come here, Bubba's. Come here, puppy. He's sitting there staring at me as I get my sexy on. Not really. Yeah, right. More like the guys in those Molly Ringwald movies is more like it. And he's staring at me like, what are you doing? What are you doing so early in the morning? Yeah, especially playing it consistently, it just help if anything keep a better bead on the target, but that is incredibly kind of a realistic thing and that I was just kind of showing, when you're, that you pull it, a lot of if the opponent does something unexpected and you've got to flip it real quick and you're already in an odd position. I mean, you can tweak your neck and your back pretty severely if you're not anticipating, those things and you use all those little visual cues and pressures in your butt and your sides and your back to anticipate that stuff. So flying by the seat of your pants is a real thing that came from back in the day, guys flying in the blind without any navigational aid. It's a real thing. All right, Furry, no worries, no worries. Take just a little bit. I'm gonna do a quick little stretch, get up and grab another water, and I'm actually gonna get him a little treat. So I think somebody, yeah, Spleeze did. What's up, Spleeze? We're gonna appease old Spleeze and get Ollie some treatsies here. I ran out of his treats. I gotta go get some more today, so I gotta go cut him up a little piece of banana, and we'll do an Ollie shark for you guys. So hang out. Go ahead and request some music if you guys want to do that. Please do. I have it off also, and I don't have full reel on. No, I don't. That is a little too much for me. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I'm still on mic. I'm still on mic. He heard me say banana, and now he's like nudging me. But yeah, I messed around with full reel, and it's again, especially switching. I probably need to try it again with this new keyboard because with that old one I had, and not being able to register more than two keystrokes at a time was just unplayable. Even now, playing ARB with this keyboard, it was unplayable. I can't believe how held back I kind of have been. Especially when it comes to dodging some of these missiles and the tighter maneuvers I can do at close range and low altitude. Oh, you're such a spoiled dog. My peeps, you are to me, baby. Thank you guys. Another amazing day today. I really appreciate you guys chilling with me. Otherwise, I'd be here all alone with my doggy bitching at War Thunder. Sit, sit, sit. Da-dum, da-dum. Sit. Ollie Shark! Ollie Shark! Da-dum, da-da-da! You're such a spoiled puppo. Good boy. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. He's such a good boy. He doesn't bite my fingers. He's real nice. He finds the food and then he takes it. Such a smart boy. You're such a smart boy. Thank you for that, Spleeze. You know that's his favorite part of this whole thing. He's always hanging out with me, but now that we've started giving him treats, he is getting a little beggy, but it's a good opportunity to kind of keep teaching him. He has been losing his discipline a little bit over the years. I've been letting it slide. This is a good chance to keep him in line, huh, Bubba? Okay, come here. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Happy Monday, guys. I hope everybody is having much fun as I am. Thank you for the games this morning, squadding up. Furry, we're about to get right back to it. Alright, so yeah, here, W for down. Play sim at times just started. Yeah, Tricky plays a lot of sim. If you got questions about it, that's him and Deathmark. If you see Deathmark in here, he can answer a lot of sim questions too. Hammy rated us yesterday. He plays a lot of sim. I forgot to grab a water. Cut up his banana and forgot to get some water. Incarceration, I gotta show the nation my appreciation. And I may as well hit the head real quick too. Goodness me ho. Alright, 2 more hours. We're ready at least. At least, if not till the end. Thank you for that, guys. Yesterday I kind of forgot to take my stretch breaks and I kind of paid the price for it last night. My back was definitely aching. But I'm good. I got a good sleep and a good run. We're going to go ahead and run these ads real quick too, and as soon as these ads start to wrap up, we'll get back to it. And I'm sorry, again, this just gives us more time at the end. We go longer without them popping up on their own. So it was coming up in a few minutes, and we'll go ahead and knock it out. Like that just bought us 62 free minutes. So thank you guys. I try to make it as easy and as light and front loaded as possible. But yeah, let me read through some of your sim stuff here. So you get 3 different ways to use. Okay, yeah, and this is something that not that I struggled with, but the dual binding and the trim. That was what threw me off. Is that you actually have to like look for the trim because it doesn't. At least for me, when I was going through the settings, it didn't even show up. And then yeah, like kind of like AOA, yeah, kind of. So is like in the actual airplane, how hard airplane will turn. The function is not right, right. And so like trim. So you guys know you've got your wing. You know, an aileron is what makes you like bank and roll. And then you've got your rudder and then your elevator in the back. Elevator is a good example. So your elevator up and down. So as you're flying along, you may have air or a thermal or something, and you might have to be holding the stick forward to maintain level flight or holding the stick back a little bit to maintain level flight. And if you're having to hold that pressure, it gets kind of uncomfortable. So you have on that elevator, there's a much smaller elevator essentially that you use to trim out that pressure. So you're holding the stick back, you've got another tiny little control. Sometimes it's a little wheel, sometimes it's a little button on the stick that's electronic, but you just move that, which moves that tiny little one to take that pressure off, so it's essentially holding that stick for you. It's almost kind of like an autopilot. And then you can put the stick back to neutral, take your hands off, and the plane will maintain level flight. Of course, if anything changes, then you have to retrim it. So you're always trimming the airplane for whatever situation you're in. The problem is that War Thunder pre-binds the trim to other stuff. So you go into sim, and if you haven't changed it, you put the airplane into a roll and you set the trim to full, and suddenly it stays in that roll even though you've rolled out. You roll out, now that trim goes to full, and you pitch up and that one goes to full. And it's like, oh man, it was throwing me for literally loops when I first started sim. It was insane. Insane. Ross, the Gen Man, what's up? Hello again. Happy Monday. So mostly manual trims done when you're flying. Yeah, exactly. Jets don't usually need it, especially since you're maneuvering them a lot in ARB. I mean, if you're flying like cross country or, in a particular state for a long period of time, you will. But honestly, those electronic aircraft, everything's electronic. You set the autopilot, it does all that for you, and boom, you're on your way. But trim is a big pilot thing, and I was really pleasantly surprised when I found that it was in War Thunder, because that is not something you see in many aviation games outside of like flight sim and stuff like that. So the fact that it's in there just makes this game that much more realistic, and why I was that much more excited to start playing sim. But alright, let's get back to some fly, kill, kill. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, 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 kill. Get killed. Guys didn't tell me I left my zip up. Can't do that. Good thing I didn't have my pink boxers on. Good thing I had boxers on. It gets hot in here, man. You guys are all freezing. It's 41 degrees outside here, and that's cold for us. It dropped 10 degrees. It's been in the 60s in the mornings. I wouldn't be embarrassed. I'd probably get more followers if I... Just kidding. Hey, 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 yo! Gives what they can and gets what they need. You ready, Furry, or what? What's up, Furry? What'd I miss? Yeah, I do kind of want to fly this a couple more times. But, Ice, if you want to go up to 12.7, we'll do one more in this. And if you want to do 12.7 with us, we can do that. I'm down for that. Yo, Braddy! I was trying to get people to get over there to stretch you out a little bit longer.
I want sushi.
How fun. That was a lot of fun.
I
was lurking you pretty much the whole time. I kinda... Who was I watching play?
It is.
Phantasma. Well, I watched Knight play it a little bit, but it was Tack, I think? Tack Eeyore?
It's not open to 11.
And he was kind of playing it by himself, and I'd never seen it before, but watching you guys play it less, now I kind of get how you play that game. That looked really fun. So I could see... I'm trying to come up with things for like anniversaries. I got the War Thunder 1 year coming up, and we'll hit 1 year streaming and stuff this year, God willing. And those kind of games are perfect for communities and stuff to play together. So yeah, that one was fun. There was another one that you were playing too that I hadn't seen that looked... I want to say I'd seen Grom playing it, but yeah, those community games are fun. And yeah, what? Did you make a full 24? I think you almost did. But thank you for raiding over here to me. I appreciate that. Welcome in, guys. Rub that sleep out of your eyes. We're not even halfway yet, so grab a seat, kick up your feet. I'm sure you're ready for some sleep though, Brady. But congratulations to you guys. Those subathons look like they look rough, but they look like a lot of fun. So that was cool.